Welcome to the Roadrunner 89 Investment Network. Hope you enjoy. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? All right, good to see everybody. Aset Goddess, free at last. All right, Cece, how are you doing? All right, okay. Sorry, guys, I'm out of breath. Uh, got off work not too long ago and got a couple TikToks I want to show you guys. And I want to talk about why black women are the best option. And I want to dig in why black women are attacked when they decide to open up their options. Okay, and I'm going to have an open panel. So if you want to come on, you can. If I don't recognize who you are, I might not let you on. And that's just, for the safety of the channel. And, we got some weirdos that do some weird stuff if they get on. Um, but I do want to dig into this. Um, I've been thinking about this and I've been seeing comments, okay, about some of my material and, some stuff that I've said that some people on my platform have said. And my thing is I tell the truth and I tell you what I really think. Okay. I'm not out to make anybody look bad, but I am out to tell the truth. And I will put stats out there. And some people get offended when I do that. Oh, well, it is what it is. Um, but I'm going to show you guys some videos. I'm going to talk a little bit about it and going to open up the panel. And I would like, to get some ladies' input and men too if they want to come on. Okay. You can get everybody's perspective. That's how we learn. That's how we have a discussion. Okay, because I don't see everything and I don't know everything. I just tell you what I see and I tell you the stats that I've, researched and that I found out when it comes to marriage stats, uh, whether it be different races of people in America, interracial marriages, and what I see people getting attacked for opening up their options. And, this is a controversial thing. Some people get triggered. Okay. My thing ain't to trigger nobody, but my thing is to tell the truth, and I'm going to tell the truth. Okay. So here's a trigger warning. Okay. Some things I say might trigger you. That's my opinion. And, but a lot of stuff I say is true. Most of the stuff. I mean, I'm not perfect. I can't, I'm not right with everything. But this is what I've observed. I've been interracially married over 28 years, and I dated 9 years prior to my marriage, interracially, black women exclusively. So I have some experience. I'm up in age, I'm middle aged. So I could tell you some things going back to the early 80s to my marriage today. So, but we'll get into that. But and I'm going to show you these videos and I'm going to tell you why I think black women are the best option. Okay. And then I'll open up the panel and then we'll talk about those that attack black women for opening up their options. I get, a lot of comments. Why are you bashing black men? I'm not. I tell stats. What I do is I wield the sword of truth and it does cut. And the thing about that, the sword of truth cuts us all because we're flawed people. It is what it is. Okay, so let me get this up here real quick. Uh, I'm going to get the copyright disclaimer real quick. And then I'll let you look at that. All right. All right. This is for fair use. Okay. Fair use. All right. We're going to use these videos for education, for commentary, and to have our own opinion and have a good time. Okay. And hopefully we can learn something. I've learned a lot by, you know, having this channel, people, different perspectives from different people. And I can give you mine. And but anyway, there's a Fair Use Act. You want to come back and look at it, you can rewind it, but there it is. Okay, so let me go ahead and take that down. And let's see here. Let me go ahead and okay, I'm just getting some of the stuff removed so I can show these TikTok videos. But it's good to see everybody. And let me go ahead and put this up
Thank
here.
you so much for bringing this up.
Okay, this is a TikTok video, and it says why black women should date outside the race. Let's hear what this young lady says.
Thank you so much for bringing this up because it is so true. It is due to proximity. Most groups are dating within their race. It is just a comfortability. It is very common. So the idea that black men do not marry black women is a myth. Okay.
Okay, let me get here. Okay, most people do date within their race because it's comfortable. It's, what we've done for centuries, right? It's in your comfort zone. It's people that are around you that you are familiar with. To interracially date, you have to get out of that comfort zone. Okay. And she's saying that black men, yeah, black men marry black women mostly, just like any other race. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue.
Okay. It's due to proximity. We marry within our race. I am pointing out the fact that black women are the leading groups of entrepreneurs. We're the leading groups of being educated, and we're still least likely to be married. And I believe it is due to us not dating outside of our race. We're least likely to date outside our race. Yet black men date interracially, but they're also fighting so many other things like incarceration. So consider it, my sisters. Consider dating outside your race. At least give it a try. If you're young and single, give it a try. You might like it. Thank
Okay. So what she's saying is true. Black women, the most educated. That is true. The most entrepreneurs. Yes, that is true. Those are two qualities black women are leading in right now in America today. Okay. I don't know about the rest of the world, but today that's what they're leading in, right? So, um, does that mean that's marriage material because the woman's educated or an entrepreneur? Not necessarily, but it does show character. Okay. And you want to marry somebody that's got character, somebody that's, you know, proven, you know, proven their way. And what she said was true. Okay. And plus, black women are the most loyal, least likely to date outside the race because they're the most loyal. Now, that is hurting black women. Why is it? Because they have a smaller pool to choose from. Did you know statistically 27% of black women are married? That's in one study I looked at. 27%. So what's that mean? 73% are not married? Could it be that black women just don't want to get married at all? Could it be that black men don't really want to marry black women or just don't want to get married? Um, I guess there's so many different factors, right? But black women are the least group of women to be married in America. And they're the most successful. So tell me how that makes sense. And what she's saying, open up your options. And I feel black women need to. I mean, logically, to get more of a variety of men to choose from, they have to open up their options, right? And not all of them are. Some are race loyal to the end. But there are some black women that will open up their options, that want to open up their options, that are attracted to non-black men. So let them do it. Do not shame them. Why would you shame a group of women that only have 27% that are married? You're putting them in a box in a catch 22. It's like they got to hope that they're the 27% that are chosen. And then if they decide to date out, then you're going to shame them for that. How does that make any sense? But I see it all the time. You see it all the time. You know, on social media, you see it, and you see it in real life. Just saying. But leading entrepreneurs, most educated, why wouldn't you look towards these women? And I would add too, they're the most beautiful. So, I mean, what are we doing? Us as men, what are we doing? That's 73% of black women not married. So, is there an opportunity there? I'm just saying. I mean, if we're looking at women for character, if we're looking at women that are successful, if we're looking at women that are the most loyal, the most loving, then we would logically we'd have to choose the black woman, hands down. Yeah, I am wearing that suit. Yes, this is my new suit. I wore it at Mark and Triple P's wedding. Yeah, so I thought I'd sport it tonight. But seriously, black women are the best option. What are we doing as men? It's white zaddy time. Okay, but seriously, what are we doing? And ladies, you're the most successful. You should have the most successful man. Seriously. And that comes in different colors. Open up those options. Okay. All right, let me put this video up here real quick.
In a state right now where it is up for
Uh-oh.
us. Okay, if you want a man.
Okay, let me start. Okay, it says, should black women explore dating other races? I don't know. Should they? You make the call.
Black women are in a state right now where it is up for us. Okay, if you want a man that is maybe a high earner or a man that is, I don't know, a CEO, etc., your pickings are very slim. Okay, so a lot of black women, we don't necessarily date out because we want to like white men or anything like that. It's sort of like out of necessity. So when I'm listening to this conversation, I hear it, I understand it, I live it, of course. But I also kind of feel like we have to present black women with another option, because there's the community aspect, like living as a black person, and then it's taking care of yourself as a woman. What are you going to choose first? Are you going to sit back and let the stories of how white people do this and this and this and that keep you single?
All right, let me hit that point. She made a point. Are you going to let those stories stop you from opening up your options? Those stories about white men, how they're fetishizers, how they're racist, how they're so evil and so horrible. But truth be told, when black women marry white men, that marriage is the most successful. Hands down. More successful than two white people getting married, more successful than two black people get married. They are the power couple, black women, white men. So if we're so horrible, why would our marriages last with black women? I'm just saying. Don't believe those stereotypes and generalizations. Find out for yourself. There's data out there that you can find out this stuff. But if you want to believe what people tell you and live in stereotypes and generalization, do it. But I would suggest you get to know the truth yourself. I hate stereotypes. I hate generalizations. I hate that stuff because it stops good people from getting to know each other, really. And it can stop a beautiful relationship from happening. So ladies, get to know the men, and you'll find out that us white men ain't so horrible. In fact, most of us are good people. There are those racists out there. I'm not going to say it don't exist. I wish I could say that, but I can't. But there are a lot of good men in different ethnicities too, not just white men. I'm saying Asian, Hispanic. It's your option, ladies. Men are out there and they're ready to receive you. You don't know how much you're loved and appreciated and valued, you know? But yeah, please click the like button. This is a platform for white men and black women to meet. Dr. Love, okay. Yeah, you can meet here, but seriously, black women are the best option. I'm just going to say it over and over, and hopefully people understand that. All right, let's see what else she says.
Or are you going to get out there?
Okay, that's it. All right. So, two of these TikToks are encouraging black women to open up their options. And that one lady said, just try it. See what it's like, see how these men are, see how they treat you. You might be surprised. A lot of times we listen to what people tell us, we listen to the media, we listen to stereotypes, and we listen to what people tell us. And a lot of times it's not true. Perception isn't always reality. Okay, we believe that what we're told and we just go with it. And when you're told that for years and years, you tend to believe it. You know, but explore your options. Always have that option button, whether you choose it or not. And I say that for everybody. Look, and black women are the least likely to get married. 27%. That's not good. And they're the most successful, most beautiful, most caring, most loving, most loyal, most spiritual. I can go on and on and on, but they're the least married. What are we doing as men on this planet? Seriously, what are we doing? Um, I can't understand it. I don't understand. Don't. Oh, because we don't want to get out of our comfort zone? Hey, get out of that comfort zone. You find more success getting out of that comfort zone. You don't have to do what everybody's done for years and years. Explore those options. I got out of my comfort zone real early. And I have over 28 years of marriage and still going strong. So people thought I was crazy for doing it. Yeah. Now they're thinking they should have done what I did. But oh well. It is what it is. But I'm going to open up the panel. If you want to come on, you can. We want to have this discussion. If not, I'm just going to talk to you alone. But there it is. There's the link. But seriously, and look at the data. Don't just take my word for it. Look at the studies they've done when it comes to marriages with black women, white men. Look how successful the marriages have been. Yes, we are the least likely to get married. We are. I mean, to each other. I mean, and black women at 27%, that's not good. White women, it's about 52% or 54%, I think, that white women get married. So even with that, that's not good because 48% of white women ain't getting married. So when I say that there's problems in the black community with marriage, well, there's problems in the white community too. In the Asian community, that leads the way at 58%, which that ain't good either. You know, we'll never get 100%, but can we get 80%? Can we do it with marriage? I think marriage is the key to strengthen our community, strengthening our country, and it would create more wealth for our children. I mean, seriously, it would create a better environment for all. It really would. And if black women, white men are the most successful marriages, why would we shame a black woman or white man for getting together? I mean, they're doing the smartest thing to do. I mean, I'm just saying. But we do that. They get shamed. And the thing of it is, I see it all the time. And especially with black women. And here's what got me to go on this topic. All right? Because I do believe black women are the best option. And stats back that up. That is the truth. If you look at it statistically, you cannot say I'm lying. You cannot say I'm making this up. This is stats. This is reality. Okay? So black women are the best option statistically. Now, some people will say, well, okay, how can you say that a white woman, Asian woman isn't the best option? Because stats say black women are. Now, everybody's an individual. You can find a good wife in any group, yes. Or a good husband in any group, yes. But stats tell you the truth story. And this is what I get in trouble with, you might say. People that get triggered on some of the stuff I say. And they think I'm bashing because I say black women and white men are the best options for each other. Well, statistically, they are. And that's not putting nobody down. That's just truth. Okay? And here's another thing. I will stand up for black women. And does that mean standing up to black men? Yes. Okay? So that's not bashing. I've gotten I got one comment saying, "Well, you're leading the charge with black women that are hurt and just going off on black men." And I would say, what? The 73% that aren't married? Is that what you're talking about? I'm just saying facts are facts. But I do not hate nobody. I don't think I'm better than nobody. I don't think one group of men is better than the other or women. Okay? Yeah, black women are the best choice because they're the most loyal, most supporting. Okay? And they're the most successful. That shows character. And I've heard people say that education really don't matter. Well, yes, it does. It shows character. Now, does that mean that's a deal breaker if she's not? No, it don't mean that at all. I mean, there's great women that don't have a college degree. But what it shows is black women are taking steps to improve all the time. They might be doing it in education, entrepreneurship, but they're doing something and they're leading the way. And then when we marry black women, we're the most successful in marriage. And being a white man, if I want the best chance of having a successful marriage, I would marry a black woman. If I'm going by stats. But when it comes to black men, white women, they're better off staying within their race statistically. That's stats. Now, does that mean everybody? No. Does that mean I'm bashing black men and white women? No. The stats are the truth. And why is that? Instead of worrying about what's happening, is figuring out why. Why are black women and white men successful in marriage? Why does it work out better than the other way around? Or even within the same race? What's going on? Is it culture? Is it white supremacy just beating down one group over the other? Or is it just two people are making better decisions? I've heard many reasons why these stats are the way they are. I would say black women, white men are more strategic. They're making better choices when it comes to relationships. And there's Corey. Hey, Corey, how's it going, sir?
How you doing?
I'm living the dream. Living the
There you
YouTube
go.
dream.
You're looking
Yeah.
awfully sharp tonight.
Yeah, I'm wearing my new suit, the one I wore at the wedding, so I thought
Yeah,
I'd
you're
sport
looking
it
good.
tonight. Yeah, I got Sandy picked this out, and you know, but yeah, I thought I'd show a professional look tonight when I talk about this subject.
Hmm.
And you know, black women, white men are the most successful marriages today in America. Okay, and the thing of it is, and what upsets me here is black women that open up their options are attacked. I have people coming into my channel saying I'm bashing black men. And I don't. I just put out stats. And you know what? I protect the women in my community. And right now it's black women, right? Because we're in the interracial community. So I am protective of black women. And I hate when these clowns come up there and call them bed wenches for opening up their options, like that Crimson Chin woman, and other content creators. You know what? These women are looking for somebody to have a relationship with, someone to love them. And you're going bash them? And I would say the
Mm.
ones that say I'm bashing, why don't you go to these clowns that bash black women? Because I tell you what, I I'll stand up for black women, and even if it's against the black man, because you know what? It's wrong. They should not be, called those names. They should not be shamed for opening up their options. They should not live in fear because they decide to be with another man, whether it be a non-black man that's white, Hispanic, or Asian. They should not be treated like that. And I see it all the time. And nobody goes in on these people. Nobody freaking challenges them. They just laugh it off. But you get some white guy that loves black women and puts a little truth in there and stands up for black women, and all of a sudden you're bashing another group of men. Really? I mean, come on. And another thing, men can take it, okay? We're tough. Whatever you say about me, that's your opinion, and you have every right in the world to have it. But when you go in on women, that's a different story. And maybe that's just my culture, how I've been taught. We protect women, we don't protect our men, and we damn sure don't have Becky protecting us. That is ass backwards, and it is wrong. And when I see these women defending black men, I'm like, wait a minute. They're the protectors, not you. Anyway,
Isn't that
sorry, Corey.
wild? No, you're good. I've heard all this, and I'm just like, yeah, men are supposed to protect their women, build their community, make it safe, make it prosperous for their children.
Yeah,
That, you know, is there anything else a man's supposed to do?
yeah. I mean,
I just, hypothetically.
we are the providers, right? We are the men. We are the leaders. And you know what? If your community fails, it's the man's fault. And you know what? I'll take blame too. In our community, our marriages are 52%. That sucks. It's awful. Society's
Mm.
going downhill, and yeah, that's my fault because my community is lacking there. Okay, so I can admit to that. But you know what? I mean, us as white men, we're used to being blamed. It's our fault for everything. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, after a while it don't
so
mean nothing.
it's like, okay, you're a racist. Okay, slavery. Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, those are bad things, but I wasn't there to participate. But you can blame me. That's cool. Um,
Hmm.
but and I don't mean to get off into that stuff, but focusing on relationships, marriages. You know what? Black women, open up your options. Make men compete for you because that's what we need to do. And if you love the men in your community, make them compete for you. Don't
Mm.
don't don't protect the man. A man has to protect himself or he can't protect you. I'm just saying everything's
Yeah.
just it's like the twilight zone when I look at some of this stuff.
Oh,
And,
Brent,
yeah.
a couple more weeks and I should get my first copies of my book so I can approve them.
Oh, okay.
One of those is getting signed and sent to you and Sandy.
Oh, nice.
Yep, you'll
Oh,
get it
I
before it hits
appreciate
the
that.
shelf.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Oh yeah, we'll be doing some reading. I, you know what? I'm going to write a book one day.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to tell my life story. Um,
Well, you know, for the in the comic section, Mr. Clark would fit real good.
oh yeah, Captain. Well, if I wrote a book, it'd probably have to be a comic book, Captain Swirl on. Duh. But I don't know. My
Hmm,
wife thinks I should write a book about interracial relationships and my life story back when I was a teenager, back to my babysitter, and going from there, and how things were in the 70s and 80s and 90s. Um, you know what? That might be something to just do. And
mhm.
if it's not successful, at least it'd be like a journal of my life to my grandkids. So, little bit of history,
Pretty
you know.
much.
Yeah.
You want
So
to
I
know how to get started?
yeah, I do actually.
Okay, so you start from day one,
Uh-huh.
and then you do an outline. This happened at this age, this happened at this age, this happened, and then go back in and fill the story in between all those.
Oh, okay. So
It's
just
real
do it
simple.
like a like a draft of the whole story, a little like biography of it, and then expand
Yeah,
as you go to each part.
do the shorthand. I call it like just you know, get your roadmap,
Yeah.
and then go back and fill in the story.
Oh, okay.
It's not hard really.
Yeah, I think I'm going to work on that. If nothing else, I'll have a journal that'll be awesome. I do want to do this, and I'm going to. Dang,
Hmm.
it's just my job. I got to do bits and pieces.
Oh yeah,
But yeah,
I tell you, it takes a while to get a book out.
oh yeah, but yeah, but I'll start working on it. I've seen people that have done it, and it seems like some of these interracial books that they're short. It's like I
Don't
don't
worry about
know.
the length of the no. Don't get caught up in the length of the book.
Oh, okay.
No, no, no,
Is
no.
it good to be
Because
short?
a lot are really. You remember The Old Man and the Sea with Spencer Tracy?
Mhm.
That movie? That book was 129 pages. That's all.
Wow.
And it's still going.
I guess if you get the facts in and it's factual and it's good information, I guess that's what really matters.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
because I shouldn't get wrapped up on fillers because then that'll really bore it out. Adding too
well,
much fluff or
look at Ephesians, Colossians, I mean Galatians. Look how short those books are in the Bible. But
yeah,
look how much impact they have.
yeah,
Don't worry about the length of it. It's the content.
yep, yeah. But I got some learning to do, and I got some. But yeah, I'm really I'm going to do this. How long it takes, I don't know. It depends on.
One thing I've noticed is when you write a book, you
Mhm.
want to take it to audio because people will listen to it when they commute.
Oh yeah,
You got to
yeah,
take it to audio.
awesome,
That's it.
yeah.
After mine's published, I'm going to take it to the next step and take it to audio.
That makes sense because you know what? I At work I listen to audio story. I listen to the Bible audio
Hmm.
because I can't read it while I'm at work, but I can listen to it,
Sure.
you know, through my Bluetooth in my phone. And I just, it's as it's being read to me in my mind, I picture it. And
Hmm.
actually it sticks there because you remember like Bible verses. I remember certain things about the Bible, and well, yeah, that's a great idea actually,
Hmm.
because a lot of people do that because a lot of people are on the go. A lot of people are living the fast-paced life. But
Yeah, that's
anyway,
hard to just stop.
Yeah, I don't want to get wrapped up in what I'm going to do, but that is something I'm going towards, and I'm going to start recording what I say and kind of get that out that way too.
Hmm.
Because you're going back in several years of memories. Because 53 now, going back to 5 years old, and yeah. But
Hmm.
anyway, but I just wanted to make this live tonight, and I want to talk about why black women are the best option. And I pretty much summed it up. I mean, but um, what are we missing as men? Why aren't men jumping out of their comfort zone and just going for it and seeing black women? I mean, men are doing it, but it's still people are race loyal, and I just think it's easy to be race loyal. It's easy to do what everybody's done, and
Hmm.
I think it's hard for black women to get out of that comfort zone because they're really shamed. I've seen some stuff where they go in on black women that calling them bedwenches, traitors, all kinds of horrible stuff, and it's
Yeah,
like,
it's harsh.
yeah, it's like I mean they're going in on 'em like I don't understand it. It's weird. Um,
Mm.
and maybe it's jealousy. Maybe it's they feel betrayed because they're living in the past, like us against them. And I don't know.
Honestly, I think they're overly emotional and they're out of control.
Yeah, there's no logic there.
Mm-mm.
And my thing is if you look at it strictly logical, you would have to open up your options if you want the
Sure.
most successful marriage, right?
Yeah.
It, if and especially there are so many men out there that don't really care what the race of the woman is. They just, want somebody that's attractive and that loves them. A lot of men are like that. They'll date black, Asian, Hispanic, white. They just want a woman there that loves them, that's going, you know, have their back and help
Sure.
them, through the marriage and stuff. And if you're that way, then you would have to gravitate towards black women. Seriously. Um,
Yeah.
and we see it. I mean, people try to act like it's not true, but it's there.
Hmm.
Um, and the shaming, I get people that get emotional and say, "Well, why are you bashing black men?" And why does it always go to that? And I think black women a lot of times are so loyal and have a big heart that they just feel they have to defend the men in their community, whether they're dating out or not. And in our culture, that seems weird because you never see Becky out like, "Yeah, I'm marching for the white man," and you never go and see that. It's
Yeah.
you know
It's
what
mm.
I I mean they love us, but they're not going march for us, and they're not going go out in social media and announce to the world that they only date white men. They just, I mean, there might be some that do it, I guess, but you don't ever see it. And
Hmm.
I'm not saying they don't need to do that. I don't want them to do that. I'm just saying
Right.
it's kind of weird when black women come in and do that. Um, and it's a different culture. Maybe that's how they're raised, and black women have told me that's how they've been raised. To, uplift black men, and um, I wish some black women would come in and talk to me about this because I want to learn. I mean, I don't want to speak on behalf of black women because I'm not one. Um,
Right.
because I don't like people speaking for me. I don't like black men or black women saying that, us as white men like a big chest and no butt. I mean, what is that? No, we love black women, and we embrace the black woman, everything about her, how she looks, how her shape is, how her heart is, how her character is, her features, inside and out. That's what we love. That's why we date black women. That's why we marry black women because we want
Yeah,
a black woman.
the guy that's looking for a black Barbie doll, he's just basically satisfying a fetish.
Yeah,
I mean, there
yeah.
is a difference.
Well, I mean,
I mean, because really, nobody looks like Barbie your entire life.
no, it's and who would want that? Who would want a stick figure woman? I'm just saying. I guess there's some guys. I mean, like the supermodels. You look at supermodels, right? And they're beautiful women, but some of them are so skinny, it's like there's nothing to them. It's like
Yeah, I kind of.
I
There's
I
a
don't.
reason why I like black women, but I'm not going to go into details.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is, people speak for white men, and this is what we like, and this is, and I'm just like, no, 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 no. Maybe the guys you're around are like that, but not me, and not a lot of the friends that I have that like black women are into that. No, that's a stereotype. That's a generalization they're putting on us. Um,
Deanna's like, go ahead, Corey.
what's that?
Oh,
Go
when
ahead,
I said
Corey.
I don't want to go into detail why I like black women.
You can do it here, Corey. It's up to
Well,
you.
I
I
writing
know you.
those poems and stuff. Oh, there it is. You see that thumbnail? That's the
Yeah.
cover of my book. That's number 4.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I
All
was wondering
right.
if that'd show up.
Yeah, it did.
That's cool.
That is. Oh man, excited about that, Corey. That's good
Well,
stuff.
Deanna, to settle your curiosity, the black women have a certain way they talk and their voice when it gets kind of intimate. Okay, now those full lips and those beautiful brown eyes, along with that voice, that well, just ask Brett. He's married. I mean,
Yeah, 28 years. Yeah.
there's other ladies in the chat. I mean, but it does something to your husband just because you are who you are.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We love black women for who they are. And I'm gonna make a video because I want to talk about uh the colorism thing and stuff, and the misconception about white men. Um, there's this thing going around, and I'm going to speak about it tonight, but I'm going to make a video on it in case people miss this live. But there's a misconception that white men love dark skinned black women. Now, that's not totally a misconception, but most of us, we really look at black women as black women. I've never had a preference, light skinned or dark skinned or in between. I just seen black women as black women. A lot of white men see black women as black women, and a lot of women, email me and ask me. They says, "Well, I'm light skinned. Will a white man be interested in me?" Yes, yes. And even if his preference is dark skin, you know, he's going to find you beautiful, and it's more than just the looks, it's the personality. Do you vibe good together? I mean, are, is she the kind you could talk all day with? You just love spending time. I mean, there's a lot of variables there, but most of us white men, we're not thinking about light skin or dark skin. Like I hear a lot of black men talking like, oh yeah, I like the light skinned kind, and this, we're not like that. I mean, we really don't go into that. And most of us that get into that, it's kind of like it's taught to us. I and maybe the newer generation pays more attention to that than we did. I don't know, but I really don't think so. I think we just see black women as black women. And if we're attracted to black women, you know, we embrace everything about a black woman. And maybe a lot of white guys end up with dark skinned black women because they look at a black woman at, her skin tone and her features is beautiful. So they gravitate towards that. And
Yeah.
maybe and maybe that I think that's more of what it is than saying, well, I like light or skin dark skin. No, I just and I would tell the ladies, whether you're light or dark, that don't matter. You
Mm-mm.
know, if he's in the women, he's going to see you as a black woman. Even biracial women, a lot of white men look at them as black women. I mean, so
Hey,
it's
Brent,
yes,
I don't mean to cut you off, sir, but
yeah.
um, there's something sweet and precious ringing my phone, so
Oh, okay.
I got to drop off the panel.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Corey.
All
And
right,
you
bud.
you have a blessed night. And
I'm
hey,
gonna keep it on and watch the chat, but I gotta talk.
okay, let me know when the wedding is. I'll be there.
You're gonna need another suit. You're gonna have a
Hey,
closet full of brand new suits.
hey, hey, I'll buy another suit. That's not a problem. In fact, I'll wear a different one and to each wedding.
There you go.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right, brother. Thanks for coming on.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night. All right, that was Corey. Always like hearing from Corey. All right. Well, I'm not closing out just yet. J9 said, good night, everyone. Are you going to bed, J9? Have a good night if you are. If not, I'm still staying on. But good night, Corey. Thanks for coming on, brother. It's good to see you. Oh, uh-oh. What's going on with my. Okay. Okay. All right. There's a link. If anybody else wants to come on, I'm probably going to just do an hour show unless people come on. Um, you falling asleep? Yeah, get some rest. Um, yeah, it's nice to talk to other men too about black women, And I got a friend at work that I'm trying to work out a show with where we can talk about black women and stuff, and he likes black women, and and trying to get together to have an all man panel, men that like black women. And if you're interested, email me, shoot me an email. I do want to have that talk because a lot of times we have women on there, and women are great. Um, I always like to get black women's perspective. I value that, and I learn from it. But I would like to have men come on too. It's always good. Um, but the link's up there if you want to come on. But what I want to say is black women are the best option. Okay, I believe that. I've been married over 28 years to a black woman. So I'm practicing what I preach. So I didn't just come on just saying stuff. That's really my life. That's how I live. If you talk to my family, they will tell you that yes, he's in the black women. I mean, my parents knew it back before I was dating. How much I idolized black women back when I was a child. I mean, seriously. Black women had a big impact in my life. And why is that? Because black women have a big heart. Black women have, something special about them. It's something spiritual, something loving, something that's just totally awesome. And I've gravitated towards that my whole life. And my life has reflected that, and as I get older and time goes by, you know, through the many years of marriage, the kids, the grandkids, you know, and you know what? There's no regrets. My marriage has been more successful than I ever thought it would be. And I was pretty confident it would be successful. You know, I've I'm at awe when I look at my marriage, when I look at my wife and how awesome things have been and how blessed I've been. I could never imagine it being this good. Really, I can't. But it is, and it's great. And the qualities my wife has is a lot of qualities black women have, and I see it. I see the true blessing. I see what's going on. And I look at stats. I look at that a lot because I want to see where this is going because something special is happening, something unique. There's a love there that we're experiencing that nobody ever thought would happen. Nobody ever thought that a black woman and white man would have a successful marriage, much less lead the way when it comes to marriages. But it's happening. And I think it's something divine coming straight from God. I think it's, you know, God's plan on bringing us together, leading with black women, white men. And I think God wants, you know, other groups to come together, interracially, not just black women, white men, but I think God wants us to come together because he don't want us to be separated. He don't want us to live in segregation and hate towards one another. That's not what God wants. And why are we trying to be separate? Why are we trying to divide? I mean, our nation will be crushed if we fight within. We come together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. There's nothing we can't do. Strength is in unity. Power's within unity. And I tell you, the race loyal thing is, that thing's going away. We're coming, and I'm not trying to get religious, but look, things are happening in the world. Things are happening in society, and it's not, you know, going to be a racial thing. It's going to be, you know, whether you're with God or with not. And your race ain't going to matter. It's what's in your heart. It's what's in the soul that's going to matter. It's the decision you make. It's the choice you make. That's what's going to determine you know, whether you're successful or not. And I tell you, with the marriage the way it is, I think we need to come together. I think we need to come together as man and a woman and have a family, have children, raise them, treat them right, and try to do it God's way instead of laying up with each other, having children without marriage. Um, the the foundation of the family starts with the marriage, starts with the man and the woman. That's what the foundation of the family, and that's how a family is built. You come together as marriage, you make a promise to each other and a promise to God, and you have children, and you build a family. And children need the love of a man and woman. They need the love of the mother and the father. Both boys and girls need both, and a lot of times we don't have that. And that's because our morals are shot or we make bad decisions, you know, make bad choices. And then we hate on each other for opening up their options. Why? We should be happy for anybody that finds love, regardless. If it's within the race, we should embrace that. If it's outside the race, we should embrace it. If you find true love, you found a blessing. You found something that's more valuable than anything, you know? But it's our fault as men. It is. Society is our fault. We can blame women all we want, but we're the leaders. It falls on us. And if we're going to fix it, we got to start with the man. You got to rebuild the man before you can rebuild the family. because he's the leader. We can't hold the woman accountable if we don't hold the man accountable. It just is what it is. Us as men need to lead by example and stop blaming women for our downfall. I absolutely. Oh, thank you so much. Black women, we can have it that too. 20 years and 24 years in May. Congratulations, Gina. That is awesome. And you know what? I'm finding more and more stories of black women, white men having long marriages. I people tell me 15 years, 20 years, some in the 30s, 40s. We got some baby boomers that come on and that have been married interracially, and they had to go through some stuff. They had to deal with segregation and all that crap. I mean, we think we got it tough today, but they really went through a lot of stuff, and they made it through. They made it work. That's what makes black women, white men the power couple. And it's not saying we're better than nobody. No, we're just making right choices. We know we have to work. We know we got to, put in the effort. And when you're expected to perform, usually learn how to perform. When you're expected to make things happen, you end up making things happen. But if it's not your fault and you have an excuse, then you can't move forward. It's very hard. Sometimes it's good for things to be your fault because then you got to fix it. If you believe it's not your fault, then you can't fix it. That's the way it is. And I would say, black women, open up your options. Men, open up your options. Look at black women. There's a group of women that's leading the way, that has character, that has love in their heart. And the only problem is, when it comes to black women, white men, is we're afraid to get out of our comfort zone, and we're afraid to give each other a chance. We're afraid to go into that unknown because we've been told to be race loyal our whole life. Me, I didn't really have that problem because nobody told me I couldn't date outside my race. I never had that problem because I was never taught I was better than anybody. I could look at and my parents are so amazing. I could look at a black woman and talk to my father about how beautiful they are and how much love I have for them. I could speak freely about this. And unlike a lot of people in this world, I had the option to do whatever I wanted to do. All my parents were concerned with is she a good woman and will she be there for me? Remember, my father says, you like black women? That's great. Find one, find a woman of faith. That's what he told me. He says, she can be black, but make sure she's a woman of faith. That was the advice I was given. I was never told, no, society don't accept it and we don't do, no. My mother and father, none of them told me I couldn't do it. In fact, they knew I was going to do it. All right. Pro-white leadership, your device isn't connected yet. Probably your microphone. But I'll pull you up as soon as it's up there. But wouldn't that be great if we could just date and marry who we want and nobody cared? And they were only concerned with is that we found somebody that loved us? That would be pretty awesome, wouldn't it? Okay, stuff got weird as a white woman. Stuff got weird when black men started attacking black women. As a white woman, Jewish, so we are slightly different. When I hear someone going against their mom, sisters, I'm like, no thanks. Yeah, why would we do that? Um, I find that weird too. Why would I mean, here's the thing. I have a preference for black women, always have. That's the only women I ever wanted to date or marry is black women. But I don't attack white women for it. Why would I do that? I didn't pursue black women because I was mad at white women or had a problem. I just went towards the women I was attracted to. And I was attracted to black women, not just the physical, but the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, in all areas. Pro leadership. I see you down there, but it's not connected. I don't know if it's your microphone or camera or. But I'll leave this up here if you guys want to come on. Pro leadership's trying to get on. I don't know. But, open up your options. Get out of that comfort zone. In life, you want the best things in life, you're going to have to get out of that comfort zone. And I'm not just talking dating, I'm talking about, you know, a career, trying to advance within your job, trying to open up a business, you know, trying to go that extra mile, trying to be successful, and life, look, in life, there's failure. We all fail in our life here and there. But to be successful, you have to learn from that failure and pull yourself back up and keep moving forward. That's where the real success is not giving up. Oh, you're having some issues? Oh, okay. Uh, I tried to pull you up and it went down. Okay. D Barnes. Hey D Barnes, how you doing, young lady?
I'm I'm okay, sir. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Just living the YouTube dream. Uh
What's that?
just doing lives and videos.
Good, good,
Yeah. So
good. How's Sandy?
she's doing good. Um yeah, we just got back from Texas. Um
Okay.
went down to a friend's wedding and stuff and had a good time and it's been a roller coaster though. I I tell you, I started out, I fractured my foot at work. I was out for a
No.
while and then my mother-in-law passed away, so then
Oh,
we
my
were at
condolences.
all. Oh, thank you. So me and
Mhm.
Sandy were at an all-time low, and then the wedding came, and that uplifted our spirits, and we had a good
Yeah.
time. But yeah, that's um. But I mean, my mother-in-law, she was awesome. She was amazing. She was 86, and what happened is she got cancer, and it got too far. It spread too far. They couldn't do nothing, and that was sad. Cause,
Okay.
but the good thing is she never um was bedridden. She was never in a wheelchair. I mean,
Mhm.
she went out of this world on her feet, and that's a blessing that not all of us are going to be able to do. Um,
No, not even.
yeah. So I mean, that was a blessing, and then she got to see her great granddaughters being born.
Mhm.
Um, so it we knew her time was, limited because she wasn't
Mm,
feeling good. We just didn't know cancer had spread throughout her body. Um,
yeah.
but when she pretty much like, well, this is God's will, and she just went out gracefully. I it blows my mind. I don't think I would be able to be positive knowing that soon I'll be taking my last breath. I would be down, I would be distraught.
No,
But
I
she
wouldn't. That's not something we book flight arrangements for. I tell you that.
yeah, but amazingly she was I think she, lived a long life. She's just taking it in perspective and just um, enjoyed the time she had. And my our we just my oldest daughter just had a daughter,
Okay,
and that's our granddaughter, which was her great granddaughter. So she got to see
absolutely.
all her grandkids and two of her great grandkids. So I mean, so we take that, you know.
Well, okay. Speaking of grandkids, I
Yeah.
have one due.
Oh, you got one due?
Yeah, and I just saw his face for the first time in utero this morning. My daughter, my baby daughter at that, she sent me a picture of my grandson,
Oh,
and
okay.
it was the most moving thing. Well, next to her visiting me here out west, and me touching her stomach, and me feeling the baby move and all that, that was
Uh-huh.
the most endearing thing to see my unborn grandson's face,
Yeah, it's
and it.
amazing. It,
It gives me chills.
yeah, it's amazing. A pro leadership. Sorry, I don't know, having technical difficulties. Yeah, but isn't it amazing? I mean,
It is.
I seen that too. The ultrasound where you could see the how the baby's face looks, and
Mhm.
it
They can.
I
Well, Brent, they
yeah.
actually can even go further now. She even saw. She even did. It was a body scan ultrasound. I could
Uh-huh.
actually see my grandson's brain within his skull.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, they go that far now. That technology, it has its place. And I was able to send that same picture to my mother, and it blew her away because she's in her 70s. So yeah, she's like, wow.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah,
I remember when me and Sandy with our kids, I mean, they had the ultrasound, but you couldn't tell what they looked like. You just seen the baby moving around, and then it was like kind of like shadows type thing. But now it's
yeah.
like,
It was
wow.
nowhere near
Yeah.
what it is now. It's incredible, and I'm just in awe to see the sleeping infant. And I'm like, gosh, this kid looks like my daughter already.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
I can't wait to meet him. She don't have long.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hmm. Little darling.
Okay, we got a troll here. Let's get this clown out of here, this Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, I don't need that crap tonight. We're not
Right?
going we're not going to play that game. You're out of here. I Yeah, that's pathetic. Hey guys, hey mods, if you see anybody with some derogatory crap, degrading black women or saying stupid stuff or profanity, just get them out of the building. I don't even want to look at these clowns. This guy said Jeffrey Dahmer took black men out of the freezer. I'm like, what are you talking about?
What?
Yeah, it's some
Wow.
troll. It's some troll.
Okay.
Yeah, but hey, hey, pro leadership, what's going on? How you doing?
Is
Okay,
she muted?
not on my end. No, it don't show muted.
Okay.
it might be something might be going on with their uh yeah, something might be going on. She's trying to get on and stuff, and I don't know what's going on, having some technical stuff going on.
Yeah, that's happened to me before too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember one time we are trying to get you I was trying to get you on and you kept going on and off and
Yeah, it took
yeah,
forever.
yeah, I just um yeah. But I tonight I was talking about black women being the best uh choice for marriage and
Yeah.
looking at stats, it's true. Um and marriages with black women, white men are the most successful. And
Hmm.
I'm seeing some blessings here and I'm seeing some things that are really awesome. And what bothers me is how black women are shamed for even talking about dating out. Like, I don't know, that just uh-oh. Deanna Barnes dropped off. Okay. Pro leadership. How are you doing? All right, Deanna, you could come back. I don't know why you got kicked off. But the link's up there if you want to come back. Pro leadership. Can you hear me? All right, D Barnes. Hey, young lady.
Hey,
Sorry about that. I don't know why StreamYards is acting crazy tonight.
you know what? It might not be just StreamYards, Brent. I was told yesterday at my phone place that if you don't have a 5G phone, that could be some issues with
Oh,
that too. Yeah. See, and I'm still on 4G, so that could be it too.
yeah, maybe. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I got a 5G, but sometimes, well, where I live, sometimes it switches to 4G. But I live out in the desert in the middle of nowhere, so that makes sense.
That sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds
Yeah,
like a lot of fun out in the desert.
yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, hey, DKD. Okay, I'm gonna just say that. How's it going, young lady?
Oh, hey, can I just say that, not to piss anyone else, but that quote unquote troll account was me. I I was in an argument with some dude that had Lauren Smithfield name and was laughing at her. So I
Uh-huh.
attacked him back with the Jeffrey Dahmer thing, and
Uh-huh.
I
Oh,
forgot to change the name and the title back to my original stuff. So that
Oh,
originally was
that
me.
was you?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
still had the account name, and so I deleted the comment
Oh,
I
okay.
made. Just sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was a troll coming in, be funny. And I just glanced at it. I thought he was talking about black women, and I was like, okay, I'm not. I'm just. Um. Oh,
Oh, but
okay.
you noticed the new avatar today? KS is one for Slim.
Oh, okay. Pro leadership, young lady. Are you there? Okay.
I wonder what's going on.
It's she's muted. I don't know. She dropped off. I don't know what's going on. That's weird. Um. But yeah. Okay. Well, I'll leave the link up there. Maybe she could come on. Sometimes I don't know, but maybe it's the 4G thing. Or
It could be, from what I was told at T-Mobile yesterday.
oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
because she
because a lot of
comes up,
people.
but yeah, but
Yeah.
so what do you guys? What do you ladies think? I mean, when it comes to it's okay, pro leadership. It's okay, young lady. We'll try again. Um, uh, yeah, ladies, what do you think about black women being the best option. We know that's true. We know. I mean, by looking at stats and stuff,
Yeah,
and
statistics do bear it out.
yeah, and I tell other men, I said, black women is the best choice, and they kind of look at me weird and say, well, okay, they're beautiful, but why would you say they're the best? Well, stats say it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it bears it
I,
out.
yeah, I'm going to say it because I believe it. But they've done studies and they found out that they are the most educated, most entrepreneurs. Um,
Hmm.
and like that young lady said, they're the least likely to get married, and I think it's 27% right now. And that to me is, that shouldn't be. That's uncalled for. I think, and I'm thinking, where are men at? What are men thinking? I know we mostly date and marry within our race because it's easy and it's comfortable. But
Hmm.
I mean, if you're looking around and you observe and you look at it logically, I mean, you would have to go with the black woman, you know? And
Hmm.
that's not to
Well,
say, yeah, go ahead.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I'm done. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that there's literally like the stereotype of, black women have attitude and
Mhm.
masculine, all this and that, that some guys are skeptical about finding, like seeing black women and dating black women, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, there's stereotypes that they have attitude or they're loud. We see this in movies and stuff. We see this in the media. Um, we even see black men, uh, saying that, and even some black women saying it. It's weird. It's like people are buying into a stereotype that ain't true. Now, black women are passionate. They are, because black women have a big heart, so they believe in what they say, and that's a good thing. Maybe some people, uh, think, misinterpret that. I mean, but I
Well,
mean, I don't know. Go ahead.
what I was gonna say, Brent, was there's been so many lies told about the black woman, and even if there is this attitude and angst about the black woman, first of all, we have to remember many of them they barely survived their childhoods and upbringing. And then
Uh
the
huh.
stereotypes don't come from out of anywhere. And then two, you have black men going around telling men, men of other races these things about women just because they don't like them. So you
Yeah,
have those elements as well.
yeah, and you know what? And that's what I don't like, because
Hmm.
number one, that makes other men think. Because see, this is what a lot of white men think. Honestly, there's a lot of white men that think black women won't give them the time or day. They really don't like them, and yeah, they'll see black women with white men, but yeah, they look at that as, that's just an exception.
Hmm.
So they believe that if they approach them, they're going to kick them to the curb, be rude, and just be unpleasant. And usually that ain't the case. Now there are some black women that will kick you to the curb and be mean. I sure, but usually black women are pretty reasonable. Even if they're not attracted to you, if you approach them in a respectful way, they're pretty much going to let you down easy. And I can speak from experience. I've been turned down in a polite way usually. Um,
Yeah, I have been as well with of course black men, and then a lot of times black women's self esteem is so brought down by the men in which they've dealt with
yeah.
that it's hard for them to just accept a compliment or being asked out by a man of another walk of life. So
Yeah. And that creates confusion, and we think, and amazingly, we think we don't like each other, but when we get together, amazing things are happening. So, um, and that's why I tell people, don't buy into these stereotypes and stuff. Find out for yourself. You you'd be surprised, you know.
Mhm.
And I tell white guys, yeah, you're going to get rejected because you're a white guy, and she's probably unsure. She's probably afraid. She's been told so many things. You can't really get mad at her if she rejects you because she don't know. She really,
Mm.
you know, um, and I would tell black women, white men, they're not all monsters. There's pretty good guys out there. Um,
Mhm.
and, and if they stare at you, you might think it's a little weird, but a lot of times they're attracted to you. They think you're beautiful and probably trying to figure out how to get up the courage to talk to you. Um,
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I was the type to always think every white guy that like looks at me or like say something to me is either sexualizing me. That's the horrible judgmental stereotype. And I thought that about my boyfriend. I thought he was like just fetishizing me. He's like, no, I like your hair. I like the way you do your braids and your hairstyle. And I just want to tell you that. And then I was skeptical at first. I'm like, no, no, no. He's like, I can't make you're freaking beautiful. And I'm like, but I'm black. And then he's like, and I'm a man. I just find any woman attractive. Like, if I find any woman of any race attractive, I would say she's attractive. And I think you're attractive. That's what he told me. And then, I'm like, okay, okay. And yeah, I got a thing for white boys.
yeah. Hey, pro leadership, how's it going, young lady?
What is going on?
I don't know. She took
It's
off
a
the
duck.
mute, but she took off the mute button, but I didn't hear her. I don't know what's going on. I don't. Gosh, I wanted to get her uh perspective on this, and I don't know.
Yeah, there's a blockage somewhere.
Yeah,
It's a
maybe it's
duck.
is it muted in your computer? If you go to the settings, because sometimes this has happened to me where it's muted, but it don't show, and I have to go back in the settings
Uh
and
huh.
hit the settings because sometimes it'll be muted there. Um, I've had trouble with that. I remember I was trying to do one live and it took me over an hour. I was over an hour late and I couldn't get it. Um, yeah, but yeah, what you were saying, DK. Yeah, a lot of white guys, they might stare at you, but a lot of times they're admiring you. It's not, that they're lusting or fetishizing you. Now, I'm not saying that won't happen, but a lot
Uh
of
huh.
times, white men are, kind of reluctant to approach because they're unsure. They're with this misconception that you're not going to give them a chance. They don't think they have a chance. And you know what? I've had that mindset, even though I've dated interracially. Somehow I, and maybe it's some insecurities, but back in the day, but I always felt like with my wife when I approached her, I knew she's going to turn me down, and she didn't. And I'm married to her to this day. Um, but
Wonderful.
it took getting out of that comfort zone. And I tell people, get out of that comfort zone. And ladies, yeah, you're not supposed to approach men, but you know, be where they're at. And a lot of things, the best thing I would suggest is a friendship circle or like a corporate function, something at your
Mhm.
job. They have, gatherings and stuff or different events in your town.
Mhm.
Um, you know,
I'm really tired. I'm really tired of guilt trips. Like they always guilt tripping white men and black women from even seeing each other attractive. Like I've heard it all about. First they start off with you don't like yourself, you don't like people that
Oh,
look like
wow.
you, and then they and then when that doesn't work, they then come with the slavery thing, talking
oh
about
yeah.
what white men do,
I am
etc.
so sick of
And
that.
then I just tell them things that will hurt their feelings. Like if someone tried to tell me, well, white men did this in slavery. I'm like, white men were buyers, not the slave. You know, they wasn't selling us; they bought us. And so, if you're going to be mad at me for dating quote unquote white men, shouldn't you be mad at black men also because they sold black women to slavery? And then they get mad at that part in
They
the
were the first
history.
to do
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, don't every time a black person come with that whole slavery stuff and call me a bedwench, I'd be like, that's fine. I love being a bedwench. And then I tell
Well,
them the whole history stuff, like history on slavery, and they get mad. They're like, no, that's not true. That's not true. And then I have to tell
well,
them, like, I have to give an article of it, and they're quiet as hell. Like,
y-
and I always tell them, if you're gonna have smoke for a black woman and a white man, have smoke for a white woman and a black man because white women do the same thing to black men, except in a barn that
in a
white men
higher
did
rate.
too.
yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
Well,
Like, sure.
my thing is when they start going into that slavery thing, my thing is okay, you can't compete with 2022. Um,
Right?
white people on this earth today weren't slave owners, weren't plantation owners. Um,
Had nothing to do with it.
yeah, the thing of it is yeah, it was a horrible thing. It was evil. I get it. It's shameful. It's not something you really want to talk about, right? But it
Mm-hmm.
happened, and it's the truth. But the thing of it is people on in America today had nothing to do with slavery. And if you really study the world and you study slavery, every racial group, every ethnicity were enslaved. Every continent on this earth had slavery, from Europe
Yeah.
to Africa to the Middle East to all over the world. It was a thing. It was an
Mm-hmm.
evil thing, yes. But the thing of it is we're when they say descendants of slaves, we all are descendants of slaves, and we're all descendants of slave masters. So I mean, if you study world history, and that's not to excuse what happened in America. I know people
Of
go
course
in on
not.
me on this,
Mm-hmm.
but we got to look at it in perspective. We cannot change the past. We can make it a better future by coming together as a nation and loving each other, or we can, be divided and all that. But
But the thing is, like, you could, we could say everyone went through slavery. That's fine. But my problem would be you are so focused on slavery with white men entering the mix, and
Uh-huh.
you have white men, and white men did this, white men did that. And then when you see at the time period where they're talking about what white men did, I noticed it's the same time period that black men entered slavery. They were being sold as slaves. But
yeah,
I am sad that people don't have any smoke for when black women were only being sold into slavery by black men for three times into slavery, and no one says anything about that. I didn't hear no slavery talk, and I never hear no
Cricket.
slavery talk about when a black man and a black woman is together. I never hear no slavery talk, even though
I
black men do it three times. And then when a white man and a black woman, they always talk about slavery. Like, let it go. And they're talking about ancestors rolling in graves. My ancestors would do a backflip two times if they saw me with a black man because they know who really sold me into slavery first to the white man in the first place. That's what my issue is.
yeah.
Mm.
Well, our if you look back, everybody has blood on their hands. I'm just going to say it. I mean,
Yeah.
but the thing of it is in today's world, I mean, I don't understand what going back to that's going to do. I mean, for the
Absolutely nothing.
education, or you want me to feel guilty? I guess I don't know. I mean, if I had a time machine, maybe we could fix it. I don't know. But I just the thing of it is the past it happened, you know. But the thing of it is nobody gets away with anything. And you think that God didn't bring judgment upon our nation? I
Mm,
mean, look at the Civil War, the most bloodiest war we ever had, where we ended up killing each other over this thing. We had to settle
right.
it with our own blood. We had to consume our own blood and take out our own families. I mean, that's literally what happened. And that was,
Hmm.
God's judgment with that situation. I believe that. And yes, there's a curse upon us because of that. But what can you do? I don't
Well,
know.
Yeah.
you can go on with
I
your life for starters.
huh?
You can continue going on with your life for starters.
Yeah, and just loving each other, Um,
Yeah, that part.
and we're all in this together.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, this is our home. How we got here, we could talk about it, but we're here. We could talk about the evils of the past. Yeah, they happened. I never argue with somebody that says what happened because I know it's true. But
Well, yeah, Brent. Forgive me for interrupting, but the
yeah,
thing is, how long can we dwell on it? How long can we stew in the juices of it when these incidents occurred hundreds of years before you and I and everyone here were ever even born? Now, hear me out for a moment.
hmm
My grandson, I can't hate him, and here's why: his dad is white. I
hmm
can't hate my son's youngest daughter. Her mother was white. I
hmm
can't hate neither one of my daughters. They were mixed with white people.
yeah,
So to hate all of these relatives, I can't do it. So,
yeah, and well, we're in it together, like it or not.
hmm
I mean, we're fused together, and you know what? We're linked together. We
uh-huh,
might as well love each other and get through it.
absolutely. Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really what the Lord asks for. Love one another as I have loved you. That's what
yeah,
I remember my grandmother teaching me as a kid.
yep.
So yeah. And what is all
Eh,
this hatred getting us anyway?
Nothing. It just tears us
Mm,
both down, and we get nowhere.
right?
But you know what? And I'm thankful that my parents, raised me the way I did because I was able to see the blessings in black women. I was able to see what black women were really like as a child, as
Hmm.
growing up. And there was no shame in it. There was no I didn't feel I was better than any of them. I didn't think there was anything wrong. I always just had love for black women. And I tell you, if we all opened up our eyes, we would see people would see what I see, but they don't
Hmm.
because they're caught
Or
up
choose
in
not to,
huh?
or choose not to, Brent.
Yeah, or choose not to, because they were taught or conditioned to think a certain way about other people. Um, in the end of the day, we're just people. Our skin
Hmm.
tone is it's just our DNA that determines what we look like. That has nothing
Hmm.
to do with what's in your heart, your character, or the choices you make. That just all that is okay. I look this way because my DNA created me. God created me to look this way. Why? Why do I look this way, and why do you look that way? I don't know. That's what God wanted. He wanted people to look different. And why?
Mm-hmm.
We came from the same place. We're
Yeah.
when they say race, there's only one
Uh-huh.
race, the human race.
That's
Um,
what I was taught.
and that's biblical. Um,
Mm-hmm.
there's no, yeah, there's many different nations. Yes, um, there's different cultures, but we're people. Hey, hey, pro leadership. Can you hear me? You're up
She
here.
should reset her phone. She should reset her phone.
I don't hear you, pro leadership. I see your mute button's off, but I don't hear you.
Something's going on. I don't know what,
I,
but something.
I don't know. She's up here, but I don't.
Yeah, this is like what, the fourth time or so?
Yeah, I don't know.
Reset
Maybe
your
it's. Huh?
No, I'm telling her to reset her phone.
Oh, you mean to go back out and come back in again?
No, I mean like just reset it in total, like just your whole phone, and then it'll be open, and then we'll see if you still have the same problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't
Wait,
know.
that's her. Wait, she
Huh?
just coughed. She just coughed.
What's that?
Hmm?
She just isn't that her that just coughed?
What do you mean?
Oh no, someone was talking. Someone said to come back, and that's not her. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
maybe that was her. All right, pro white leadership, go ahead and talk to us. Hmm. I don't know. I
This is a mystery.
yeah.
Yeah. While she do, just cut me off anytime you want. If you're saying things, but I was going to say that like some white people, I would say
Uh-huh.
some all, but I was raised by my very pro-black family. Like I have no white person in my family. Everyone is black women and black
Uh-huh.
men and black children. But they taught me that white is like evil. White people are evil. They're racist. They don't like you because they're black, etc. But
Mhm.
that's been my opposite actually. Like the nicest people that I encountered were black women and white men. White women and black men are not nice to me, happily, but black women and white men are like the nicest people I've ever met. And the whole stereotype, like about them being racist and this and that, like if people actually go out in the real world and actually touch grass and talk to real people, they would see that's far from the truth. Like I've been even told I'm not black because I said that I've never experienced much racism from white men, and etc. Like I got them holding doors for me. Even if I'm short with change, they like pay the whole thing for me. I could be missing 2 cents. They just put all like the whole thing there. They pay
Mhm.
for my stuff. They do all these stuff. They let me cross the street and everything, and it's crazy. And I would say that's probably one reason why I'm attracted to Latin, the culture
Oh,
also,
hey,
leadership. Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I saw in the private chat, pro leadership. I'm gonna call you. Maybe we'll get
Yeah,
you
see
on.
what's going on.
Yeah, we'll get you on that way. I'll have to switch my I'll have to switch my headset to speaker. Hold on. Let's see. Sorry guys. I'm gonna try this way. This might take a Okay, let me check the settings. Audio. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. 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 All right. I'm going to try to get pro leadership on the phone. We'll try it that way. Okay, I'm trying, guys. Sorry. We'll try it this way.
I'm hoping for
Hey,
success.
how's it going? I'm going to put. I don't know. Oh, maybe I'll put you on speaker and you can talk through us through the microphone. All right, pro leadership. How you doing, young lady?
I'm doing great.
Can everybody hear her?
Yeah, I can.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do it by speaker. All right. Well, it's good to hear from you. Sorry about the technical difficulties and stuff.
Nope, that's not your fault.
Yeah, let me take this out of the case so I get it better. Okay. Okay, we'll do it this way. Uh-oh. Oh, you're trying to come on.
Yeah, I'm still. Let me see something. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
I don't know what's going on. I gotta take this
Yeah,
thing off here, this avatar.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, let me just keep it like this. All right. Talk to me.
Okay. So what do you think about, black women, white men being the best option? And
Oh, that's the worst nightmare maybe that can happen. That's not supposed to happen.
Who even said?
Hey,
Is someone eating chips in here?
Okay. Yeah, that's not supposed to happen, is it?
Like I said, none of it. That's the thing about them. They don't make really any sense. They say it was part of the plan, and then they say it wasn't supposed to happen. I don't even know.
Yeah, well,
like I said, they don't want black women to have options, so.
Well, black women have options. I mean, and you know what? It's like we psych each other out. Does it seem like that? I mean, when it comes to black women, white men, that we don't approach each other because we think a certain thing instead of just doing it. But when we do, we're more successful. How come Brad and Keisha have problems getting together, but Tyrone and Becky just do it? I mean, that's what I'm wondering.
Well, I think that because a lot of that has to do with because of black men and the way they decided to just leave the community and make it seem like we're these really horrible, difficult women. Because I feel like people were really believing them in the very beginning, but now that they're doing the same thing in other communities, but yeah, so I think that's more acceptable because it's not really acceptable anyway, but you know.
Yeah, but it's just weird that they can get together so much easier, but their relationships don't last as long as black women, white men. It's like the total opposite. Yeah, I got some background noise going on.
How you want to look at it. It depends on how you want to look at it. So,
Yeah, but
yeah.
I think we need to just get together more often, get out of that comfort zone, and open up our options. I mean, what would it hurt? Like those ladies said earlier on those TikTok, just do it. I mean, And especially if you're a young lady, why not explore your options? See how these other men treat you. And when it comes down to it, you know, when it comes down to it, as a woman, you want the best option, right? You want the man that's the most successful, that's going to provide for
Mm-hmm.
you and children later on. I, can everyone
Do
mute?
you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, can you
Okay.
mute?
Who, me?
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm getting Deanna, I'm
Okay.
getting background noise, I think, from you.
Oh,
Just
it's me?
no, it's not you.
Oh.
Okay, I think it's good. There's just some crackling noise. Yeah, so I mean we're finding out who the best option is and black women is. And you know what? When white men marry black women, they're more successful than when they marry white women. And black women are more successful with white men than black men when it comes to marriage. And I know people are going to hate me for saying that, but that's what the stats are saying. And that's what I've seen in real life. Um, and I mean, it is what it is. Um, but I mean, it's like we're punished for saying that. Like, like it's a racist statement to point out the truth. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
They don't like that over here. They don't. Nobody likes the truth. Nobody. So.
Oh, I didn't block you. Hey, KD. Yeah, I'm seeing in the private chat. You saying I blocked you?
No, it was that Jeffrey Dahmer account.
Huh?
It was that Jeffrey Dahmer account.
Oh yeah, you want me to open that back up?
Yeah. I just no, I forgot to change my name back to original. That's
Oh,
it.
okay. Yeah, I didn't block you though. Um,
Oh,
D Barnes, you could come back on. I don't know if you fell off or this StreamYard. I don't know why people just get kicked off. Maybe it's accidentally hit a button or something. But anyway, um, so we were talking about the shaming, pro leadership. What do you think about? I mean, the shaming, because I've been accused of bashing, but black women are getting bashed more than anybody. I mean, who's sticking up for black women? It's weird. It's like
Nobody. Black women are not even sticking up for themselves.
yeah, it's like oh no, Deanna, there's only a couple of us. I got room. I could bring like 10 people up, so you're not taking nobody. I was just trying to get pro leadership in, get her perspective. But you didn't have to jump off. I mean, but yeah, you're still up there, pro leadership. I guess it's probably
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Well, I usually don't use this computer for this because I couldn't find my other computer.
yeah.
So for whatever reason, I don't know, but I might have to go into the settings. I already tried to do that, but for whatever reason, I don't know. The mic is not working. I don't know why. Hello.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I don't
Hear me
know.
on the phone, but yeah, I'll figure it out because I usually don't use this computer. So
Yeah, I think it's I think it's I think it's a setting inside because I've had that problem where it shows it good, but then in the setting within the computer, it's some silly setting. I don't know why they make computers like you can mute. I mean, yeah.
I feel bad that you got to hold the phone.
It's all right. I mean, at least we're getting it in. I mean, but Deanna Barnes and KD, you could come back on, ladies, and I'll bring you back on the discussion.
I think it's just, I think StreamYard is tripping tonight.
Yeah, well, they're trying to make it hard for us to get out the message. There's an angry Karen in the background trying to
Probably.
trying to make it hard for us.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, somebody got a mule, so I don't know who's going to be the next mule, but it won't be black women anymore.
Well, I don't know. You even have black women bashing black women. Yes. Ellen, yes, that's a good point.
They're so desperate for men. They're desperate for men that have convinced them that that's what it's all about, impressing black men. That's what it really is.
Well, that's what the Chin is doing. I mean, she bashes black women like no tomorrow, and it's supposed to be a femininity channel. I mean,
that's what black women I told you, that's what black women do. That's how black women are. Even when you tell them to put themselves first, when you tell them anything that's beneficial to them, because black women are so taught not to do anything beneficial for them, that you are looked at as, as scum of the world. That's how you get the nickname, that's how you get the whole nickname. That's how you get the 304 nickname, is because you put yourself first, you know your self-worth, and you have standards. That's what a hoe is in the black community. A black woman with standards.
Yeah, I mean, it just blew my mind how much she goes in on black women. It's like, come on, you cannot. I mean, and then she went into, well, black women, you need to raise your sons better. I'm like, well, where's the man? I mean, at least
never to be found. They're never around. Never around. Well, and when you ask them certain questions and stuff like that, like I said, when black men have children, a lot of them have children with black women. They just use those children as props. They don't really like their children. They really don't like their children, especially if it's a black daughter. They really don't like her. So it just is what it is. These men don't even like their own black daughters. So,
well, you're going to get some hate for that one.
They don't. I'm telling you, they don't even like their own black daughters.
Yeah. Well, your device there is. Oh, it dropped back down.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because I'm still trying to work on it to see if I can try to get it up or not. I'm going to go back on right now.
Okay.
Yep. But these men, they don't even like their black daughters. So,
well, I would say, you know what? Go where your best option is. And you know what? Who treats you better, who has more resources. And I'm not talking chasing money. What I'm saying is, and it's not just who has the best resources, who's going to share those resources too.
Exactly.
There are men with a lot of money that won't give the women that have their children any money. I mean,
that's correct.
So, I mean, he could be a blue collar working class guy and be willing to share his resources with the woman of his children or his wife. I mean, but yeah.
Well, white men are already sharing their money with us, so.
You know what's funny is I talk about this, and I was sharing money with my wife before she was my wife, and people would say, well, that's simpish. That's, what are you doing? And I'm like, I mean, money's a tool, really is. I don't worship money, so if I share it with the woman I'm dating or my wife, I mean, what's wrong with that? I mean, seriously. Hey, Corey, good to see you, brother.
Oh, sir.
How's it going? We got pro leadership on the phone. She's breaking it down for us, and
hmm
Corey,
Baby went. Hi. Baby went to bed, so I came back on.
oh, nice. Well, good to see you, sir. Good to have you back on, and tell your young lady, hey, that we said hi, and we're praying for you guys, and we wish the best.
She's dreaming right now at the moment.
Oh, okay. Is she dreaming of you?
Probably.
Oh, there you go.
Hmm. So all this stuff
Deanna's been.
about,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just thinking all this stuff about bad relationships and everybody's having struggles and, you know, everybody is so, th- I'm amazed that people forgot how to get along with other people. They're so selfish, so immature. They just, it's almost like they just wandering through the mall looking to see who they can find next. They don't even,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's equipped for marriage anymore.
You know what? I'm finding out that, well, our marriage stats are so horrible, and you know, and it's across the board. I think Asians lead the way within their racial group at 58%. That's uh more than half, almost 60%, not quite. That to me
Hmm.
is horrible. And they're the most successful when it comes to getting married. And
Well,
and
except
I
for the
look.
white man and black woman, though.
Well, yeah, we're the best. Yeah, we outdo that dynamic too. Yes,
hmm
um, but and if we're doing the best, we need to come together more often. We need to put out the good news because here's the thing: people are getting fed a bunch of propaganda, a bunch of lies, and a bunch of generalizations that aren't true.
Yeah.
And people will hate on me for telling the truth, but look, it is what it is. And I mean, if you look at black women, oh man, I, I, I feel like a broken record because I say this all the time. That how valuable black women are. They are the best option. Look at it. The most educated. Okay, and some people say I don't care if she's educated. Okay, well, the most entrepreneurs. Okay, I don't care about that either. I just want a traditional wife. Okay, but what those two things show is character. So don't dismiss that. Okay. But if you look at black women, they're the most loyal in relationships. You know what? And when we marry black women, guess what? We get the best option. We get the most love. We get the woman that's got our back more than any other woman on earth. So,
hmm
uh, what are we doing? White men, what are you doing? Like my father used to say, son, pull your head out of your ass and look at what you're doing. I would say this to white men. You know what? Pull your head out. Other men, pull your head out.
Did
I'm
you see
just
what
saying.
Michael put in the comment?
What's that?
He said white men and white women have a 50% success rate, but a black woman and a white man have 40% better. So that's
Yes.
actually 90% success rate.
And you know what? It's actually
It's higher than that.
44% last I
Yeah,
looked.
it keeps going up. I keep checking it every once in a while. It keeps going up.
It does. So really, what are you doing? Young white man out there, what are you doing?
Hmm.
Okay, Becky, okay, that's the comfortable option. I'm not saying don't do that, but if you want a better option, you'd probably look Keisha's way. I'm just saying. You would
With a 94% success rate, why wouldn't you?
Right?
I
I
mean,
mean,
mm, who wants to get married with the idea like, yeah, I'll probably get divorced? No, no,
right? Yeah,
no. I want that. Not everything's a guarantee, but when you're
yeah.
looking at the numbers and it's 94% in your favor compared to anybody else out there, for a black woman to look at a white man, 94% success rate, you just got to choose wisely. But that's with any race. But you got a 94% chance of being happy.
And look, that's just the black woman's character and the love she has in her heart. But and that's the best of the best. But if you look at the physical traits, I mean, there's no other woman more beautiful than a black woman, seriously. And they
Mm-mm.
say when it in the beginning, it's all visual. It's well, okay, who's the most beautiful woman on earth, really? It's black women. So I mean, in every aspect, the black woman's the best choice. So what are we doing? I mean, I know what I did. I seen it clearly from the get go.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I'm in a special situation where my parents never told me that I was better than anybody, and they never told me that I couldn't see beauty in other women. So what I've seen other men, it takes more years to see. Hey, Sophia. Carolyn, good to see you, dear brave.
Yeah,
Michael,
this has
always,
quite a few people in here tonight.
yeah, it's nice to see everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's get this dating game started, guys. Send me an email, and also I want an all man panel, and we're going to talk about black women, and I want white men that have relationships with black women, or that's their preference.
Hmm.
And we're going to talk about why black women are the best choice and why they're our preference.
For
And
me, it's
Corey,
just a devotion and focus.
yeah, just a devotion focus, and we're going to talk about black women. We're going to
Hmm.
focus on the positive and why we're attracted to black women. And we're going to hit from the natural beauty to the beauty inside their heart, the spirituality, black women being loyal. I mean, we're going to hit all that good stuff.
SJ was asking, did you hook a couple, Brent?
Did I hook a couple? What do you
Bringing
mean?
people together on here. Actually, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
actually,
happening.
well, I'm not going to say I did it. They just kind of what they did is hooked up with each other, talked to each other, and they did it through the channel.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and why not? I mean, we got different ways of hooking up, right?
I tell
I
you
mean,
what, when they start interviewing and they start asking, how did you guys meet? And we say, oh, that was on Roadrunner 89.
hey, the Roadrunner, hey, join the Roadrunner family. I mean, you know what? I'm going. When do you guys want to do another dating show? That was fun. I want to do another one, but I need. uh we had what Michael Ray did the last one. Corey, you're off the market, so it can't be you. Uh, I can't do it. Sandy would choke me for even
Yeah.
just pretending.
Yep. You got to be a mediator.
Yeah, but
You got
I'll
to
be
be
a
a host.
mediator all day. The love doctor. That's the Roadrunner 89 dating love in action. Yeah. But yeah, I want to have one, and I would like to get 3 guys and have 1 woman do the dating game that way.
Hmm.
And we can get some questions and and then she could pick, and then we'll have the audience choose too. That's always
Mm-hmm.
fun. And it's an avatar show, so you don't have to cam up.
Well, you need to get Josh Watson and Jersey
Yeah, Jersey and Josh Watson.
because I
Jersey
know
and
those two
Josh
are.
Watson. Call in Jersey and Josh Watson.
I know
Please
those two guys
report
are
to the
single.
Roadrunner dating show. What's that?
I know those two guys are single.
Yeah.
Brent's
Hey,
the new Chuck Worley.
yeah. Maybe in the future, when this channel grows more, maybe I'll have some resources where I could fly down and talk about the date and say, you know what, that would be a dream. You know what? If this channel was ever to grow big, that where, and heck, I could do it now. Actually, I would just have to come out of pocket, and I would do that to, just because look, I mean this channel here. Look, guys, I put a lot more money into it than what I get out of it. The few coins that YouTube gives me for views, I put a lot more into it.
Hmm.
I mean, I've given away 8 hockey jerseys. I've given away, I don't remember how many Bibles. I just give them away. But I've,
Well, you're gonna
you
get a
know,
plane. You're gonna get a plane ticket and a hotel room
yeah, I
at
just
my
showed up.
wedding. No, no. I mean, I'm gonna send it to you. You
Oh
just got
no,
to
you ain't
bring.
got to do
You just
that.
got to bring. You just got to bring Miss Sandy and your camera and make sure you're all mic'd up and suited up and because you
Yeah,
got to put it in part of the show.
yeah, and I will do that.
Yeah. If I okay, I know she's sleeping, but if I get my way, it'll be at a vineyard.
Oh, oh, thanks so much, Aset Goddess. Thank you for the super chat. She said, "Thanks, Road." Hey, thank you. And you know what? If you get married, just let me know and I'll show up.
Oh, I just send you a plane ticket.
Oh, you don't even have to do that,
I
Corey.
would.
I know you would, but yeah, you don't have to do that. I will look. I will go if it's on this channel and you want me to show up here. I will go there, and you don't have to pay for nothing. I will just be there. Me and Sandy will be there. We had a good time at the last one. Hey, you know what? And if I can have an impact on somebody, that's payment there. I mean,
Hmm.
and that's what it's all about, the connection. And like I said, I do this. This is my hobby. This is just what I like to do.
Well, you said you wanted to come and see Oregon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd love to see Oregon. Yeah.
Hmm.
I got to see Texas. Now maybe next Oregon. Um.
Okay, Brent. I don't want
I'm
to cut
sorry.
you guys off, but I got to get up in a few hours because I have a presentation. And yeah, I'm sorry that things didn't work out tonight, but it will be a next time.
Yeah, well, and you're always welcome. And hey, you let me know when your wedding is too. I'll be there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm all for the power couples, and you know what? You let me know, I'll be there.
Absolutely. You can come too, Corey.
It depends on when you get married. I might be on a honeymoon.
Oh, well, probably won't be anytime soon. I mean, I'm not really seeing anybody right now. But...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but hey,
I'm kind of aiming for next summer.
hey, pro leadership. I'm sorry, I'm holding the phone, and I got in the yeah. But young lady,
okay.
I thank you for coming on, and it's always a pleasure talking to you. And and I know where your heart is, and we love you at the Roadrunner network. You're part of the Roadrunner family and always will be. And
Yep.
you're always welcome. And
remember, it's Black women for white male leadership.
okay, there you go.
Ah, there you go.
I Black black women for white male leadership. Okay, that sounds good. Um, but yeah, and thanks for coming on. And I I hope you're not too tired tomorrow. I know it's
Yeah.
midnight on the East
Mhm.
Coast, and
Michael's cracking me up.
oh, is he?
Yeah, he says Portland has big German women everywhere.
It probably does.
Guten Tag, Herr Junge.
All right, Brent, Corey, I'll see you guys later.
All right, we'll
See
see
you
you. We'll
later.
see you later, young lady. Thanks for coming on. You
All
have
right.
a good night.
All right.
All right,
You too. Bye-bye.
bye. All right.
Michael, he cracks me up.
What did he? What did he say?
He said Portland has big German women everywhere.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, if you're in the big German women, Portland's the place. No, they probably do. You have military bases there, right?
Oh, there's we got
I,
all
I
kinds of
know.
stuff here.
I know Washington has Fort Lewis, Washington.
Yeah, I think for the most
Army.
part, Washington, the bases are in California and Washington
Yeah, yeah,
because I mean California is 1,100 miles long, and so it travels way up the West Coast. So it's not they don't even I don't even think they have a base in Oregon because I don't think they need it.
yeah. Well, I almost went to Fort Lewis, Washington, and I was going to go, but I had a choice between Fort Carson, Colorado, or Fort Lewis, Washington. And being from New Mexico, Colorado borders New Mexico, so I was like, I'd be close
Hmm.
to home, and
Yeah.
my family wanted me to go to Fort Carson. So it was like, yeah. So, but I mean, I would have loved to go to Fort Lewis. I just, I picked Fort Carson because it's closer to home. And,
Hmm.
I'm glad I did because me and my wife every weekend would just get on the highway and head straight down I-25 to right into New Mexico. And it'd be like, so it was nice about that. And then, my parents and my wife's mom got to, spend time with our children and stuff, and so that was a blessing there. Um,
Hmm.
so,
Yeah.
but yeah, I would have loved to go up there. I would love to go see Oregon too. Um, not anytime soon because I've taken a lot of vacation, but probably
No,
next year
but
we'll probably go to
it'll be next.
Portland.
It'll
We'll
be
probably go
next
up
year
to
for
Oregon.
me.
Yeah,
Definitely next year.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
unless you get married, then I'll have to just come down there when that happens.
oh, it'll be next year.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have some vacation time then, and I will get a new suit. So if you get married, you gotta let me know what colors you want me to come in, so I can.
Hey, we'll just let the women talk this out.
Hey, let them choose. Yeah, you know what? They're better at fashion than us guys, especially black
Yeah,
women. They're,
we'll
they're
just
good at.
show up and high five each other, and we're good. We
Yeah,
don't care.
we'll high five each other, celebrate, and let the ladies get to know each other, and we'll just
Yep.
yeah, we'll let the party start and hit the ground running, and yeah, I'm excited.
Hmm.
And then pro leadership when she has her wedding, I told her I'd show up too. Yeah, and yeah, she's on the East Coast, so I'll get to see the East Coast. So yeah, if you guys get married, let me know because I want to visit different places. It gives me an excuse to take
Yeah.
trips. We went to Texas. Now we'll go to Oregon, maybe up to New York, maybe heck, I'll go into Canada. I mean,
It's beautiful up there too.
and you know what? And the ladies down in the Caribbean and stuff, I'd love to visit there too. Uh, so
Well, yeah, you
Africa,
gotta.
that'll be kind of tough, but I could probably pull that off too. The UK. I
Hey.
mean, hey, you never know where this could go, right? I'll be like that one YouTuber, the world traveler, where he goes to different countries and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't have the resources to do that yet, but I can make it happen like once
Brett,
in a blue moon. Yes.
if this channel of yours starts growing like that, you start traveling like that, you're going to get a lot more sponsors
Oh yeah.
because
Well,
your views are going to explode.
I haven't got no sponsors. Well, I've had a couple people offer to sponsor, but I'm just like, I don't know. Um,
Well, there's nothing wrong with it as long as you agree with what they're doing.
yeah, and that's the thing. That's where I cringe because I don't want to have to uh, say certain things and not be able to say certain things.
Hmm.
Because I had one sponsor like, well, you probably need to tone it down. No, no,
Oh
no,
no, you can't. No.
no, 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 no. I am who I am.
Yep.
Uh,
If they're trying to control you, then that's not going to work.
yeah. So I'm kind of skittish when it comes to that.
Yep. That's too much control. That's like you becoming their employee, and it's like this is your show.
Yeah. No,
It's,
this ain't. I didn't. Yeah. Unless you're
mm-mm.
paying me millions, and then even then, it'd be like, I'd probably. Oh, hey there, DK. Uh, nice swimsuit. I see you're doing the swimsuit event. Okay.
Hey, my phone died, so I was waiting on it to hit 1%.
Oh no.
But yeah, and then I had did some research on like marriages and race and etc.
Uh,
And I was shocked. Oh, oh, you want me to explain it? Okay, okay. So like, I did like the research on seeing like marriages and etc. And
uh-huh.
what I found out is that like black women, when black women date white men, they have the most successful unions. Black women on the black side, it turns out that when black men date other groups of women, it's not successful. But the same stuff is said black men have higher chances of having a successful union with black women. So
Yes.
that kind of makes me think black women, like white women and white men, are interesting, but black women, for some reason, when black women are entered into a relationship or marriage with a certain group of people, it works. Like I see, as soon as it includes a black woman, it's the chances of success is high. And so the whole propaganda of black women not being white material and bad stuff, etc., and throwing on the white men, it's kind of false because it's very weird how black men have chances of being in a successful relationship when it's a black woman, and white men and black women have successful unions. So,
Yeah.
and black women with other groups have successful unions. So more than they're like these men with their own women. So the thing is, it's something about black women. That it's something about black women making these things very successful.
It is. And that just proves that black women are the prize, whether it's with white men, black men, any other group of men are more successful with black women. And it's true. So that I mean, it just shows the value of black women. And you're right. Black men are more successful with black women than uh, other groups also. Even though the married stats are low in the black community, but when any group of men chooses black women, they're better off. I mean, I mean, it's true. So I look at men and say, "What are you doing?" And I tell black men too. I say, "You know what? You have a blessing, and you're throwing it away for I don't know for what your ego or just I don't get it."
Thank you, Santi.
But you know what? Go ahead and throw it away because we'll be there to catch that blessing, and we'll you know. And the thing of it is black women have the opportunity to have the best options, really.
Well, yeah, because if a black woman's going to step off the bus, coming out of the community, I'm going to be there to hold her hand while she goes down the steps.
Heck yeah,
Like right this way.
and you know what? And here's the thing: I'm going to compete for her. Well, I'm married, so I'm out of the competition. But I did in my day. I competed for the black woman. Most certainly, I did. And yes, there were times I was at a disadvantage, but I don't care. I want the best option. I want to, and I did get the best option, and my life reflects on that.
Mm-hmm.
And what she was saying is true. I mean, I just can't wait to see the stats when it comes to Asian men and Hispanic men and other groups of men. Tell you what, it's going to be very successful when they choose black women.
Oh, Brent.
I mean,
reminds me.
Yeah.
Did you see that story on Google?
Which one?
This young lady was getting married, and her husband to be was Asian.
Uh-huh.
And her dad started making racist comments about Asian at her wedding, and she actually had to have him escorted from the wedding.
Wow.
Her own dad from her own. I couldn't believe it was on Google. It was trending on the main screen on my homepage. I couldn't believe what I was reading.
Wow.
At her wedding.
And on top of that, do you know Tia Mowry? I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's like a mixed twin, Tia and Tamara Mowry.
Uh-huh.
So Tamara married a white guy. Tia married a black guy. And Tia is getting divorced to her black husband. And it hurts me, and I'm tired of this. You have black women literally telling Tamara to divorce her white husband because Tia's divorcing her black husband.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
For no reason. And it really irks me because black women I love black women, but I'm also sick of black women on a lot of things. Like, you guys are trying to mess up something beautiful because someone else messed up.
That is sick. So because she divorces her husband, the other one has to? Like, what is that?
It's like high school.
Yeah.
That's immature. Oh my.
Yeah. But you know what? They got a solid marriage too, and she chose a white guy, and and Tia and Tamara are biracial girls. And they're army brats. You know what? And my daughters watched them back when they were little girls, because my daughters are in their 20s. So back in the day, they used to watch them, and they were army brats just like my daughters, and they're both biracial like my daughters. So it was like they had something in common. Of course, they're famous, and my daughters are they're not TV famous or nothing, but they had that that connection of being biracial and being army brats too. My daughters were raised in the army. I mean, I'm retired army, and my kids were raised all over the place. So I mean, that they had that in common, and that's neat. I mean, but yeah, you know what? She got hate for marrying that guy from Fox News, Adam, and she was talking one day about how people were hating on her because she chose a white guy, and I'm just like, really?
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy, but it's sick too. I mean, why would you hate somebody for who they marry that you don't even know? That's not even in your life. It's like it's like the weirdos that got mad at Serena for marrying a white guy. Like, really? Who?
They got mad at that girl. I don't know her name. Her name is Gabrielle. I think she played Precious. I don't know, but like she was
Oh,
literally like
Precious. Yeah.
the the epitome of what the black community would bully. Like she was dark skinned, and we all know
Yeah.
how dark skins are treated. She was obese, sadly, and like no one was checking her, and people bullied her and called her fat and all this now. But as soon as she got a white guy, the black community literally attacked her. Like, oh my God, why would you leave the black community? Wow, so she just went to date a white guy. How could she? And people are calling her bedwench and traitor. And in my head, I'm like, she is literally the type. Y'all wouldn't even pick her in the first place. Why are you freaking mad she got love somewhere else? Like, it's like
Mm.
black women cannot, they don't want black women to ever get with other people. You have to be in the mercy and begging at their feet and beating up other women for these dudes. And they're not even like, she's literally not their preference. But as soon
Yeah.
as a white guy sees she is his preference, they're mad at her.
Yeah. And the thing of it is, and they were going in on the guy that married her. And like he was just some guy off the random dude off the street. No, he's successful too. You know, I was just like, why don't you just be happy that the woman found love, that found somebody that married her, that loves her? I mean, can't we be happy for that? I mean, I people are just
Um,
weirdos. I'm just like, who cares if he was white or Asian or whatever? As long as she found love, just does it have to be a black guy? And no
uh,
black guy was coming for her. So why does she have? I don't get it. I don't
it,
understand.
it beats their ego. It really
It,
beats their ego. Um, I think instead of actually being masculine and dominant by being with men,
mhm.
just like women would want to be the queen bee, right? Quote unquote queen bee by trying to put down other women. Instead of doing that, but with men, they're like, you know what? I'll get women to catfight me. Catfight for me. And then, yeah, it's like an ego boost for them. It's like women have to fight for me. If women don't fight for me and they go for other men, I'm going to shame them. I'm going to call them bedwench and all these names to make them feel bad about even thinking that they have other options beside me. And I want to be the only thing that matters to them. But I don't have to like them and think they're desirable and worthy of my love, though. But I don't want them to get other men to see that. And I don't know this quote. I don't know the exact saying of the quote, but it's like when someone knows they have something precious, they will try to be like talk bad about it around other people so it could look like it has more value to those people. But it actually is high value. Like if I found a diamond, I'd be like, oh, this diamond is cheap. It's so rusty and dirty, etc. So other people don't want it. So I can have it to myself. That's the quote here, and that's the thing for black women. Like black women are jewels. They're diamonds. They're something
Yeah,
expensive and beautiful and rare. But if um if I don't want attention to black women, I don't want other groups of men seeing black women, and I don't want black women to ever think that they are perfect and they have other options and things like that, I would just put their value down. I will talk bad about their hair, their nose, their skin color, everything. So they can have low self esteem and try to make me feel better and try to get my validation. But if I see that white guy talking to her, I'll be mad and I will call her all these things because I don't want to lose the black woman. And it's true. The black community, I feel like black women build the black community. If the black woman leave the black community wouldn't be as much because who would be on the front lines every time? And I hate when black women do that. Who would be on the front lines screaming Black Lives Matter and trying to get justice and you know, putting up this victim narrative and be like, no, do not put him down. You know, the white man did this to this and that. Who would be doing that? Who would be creating excuses? Because one thing that people don't want to miss that Asian women, Hispanic slash Latina, aka what I think is white women that just speak Spanish, and white women, they have their own men. They're trying to get validation from their men. They're trying to be desirable by their own men. They're worried about their own men. They could care less about like black men mostly, right?
Mm.
Maybe
Yeah.
they'll go that they're least desirable by their group of men, but they could care less about that. They don't even care. Black Lives Matter, you don't see a lot of them on the front lines doing that. But anyways, black women are doing that. Those other groups of women are not doing that. Imagine if black women leave and go to other groups of men. Who will be the people that, these guys, after they're dumped by these quote unquote preferences, who are these guys looking to fall back on? No one will be there because black women used to be there, but black women know their worth. So these guys want black women to not see their worth and give them any competition and not boost their ego. They will talk bad about black women. And to put matters worse onto that, they will even avoid male competition by going to these group of men and telling these men lies about black women so these men can feed it. They'll tell white men, black women don't even want y'all. Oh, black women, they think about race first. Black women are this and this and that. They tell these other groups of men lies first, and then
Mhm.
they tell black men lies. And it's like, it's their plan. They want two people who may be attracted to each other to feel bad and not be attracted to each other. And they know what they're doing. But I
Yeah.
guess some black men can't be saved because they believe some narratives.
Yeah. Nia Long should have dated a white man. You know what? She should have taken that role in The Best Man 2 with that white guy and made it reality. You know what? I saw that movie and I was like, I was happy. I was like, yeah, she got a white guy in that movie, and he was like cool and put people in check. And I was like, wow, they gave a white guy a positive role with a black woman like that in that type of movie. I was
Mm.
impressed. I was like, okay. But uh,
You know what I find amazing is all the people on YouTube, and there's a lot
uh,
of them that they're single, but they're giving relationship advice.
yeah. Well, our buddy KS that's no longer with us gave
Well, we got
um
his sister right here.
yeah, he got a
I think
sister.
she's adopted though. She don't look a lot like him though.
Yeah, but he gave relationship advice and had failed relationships, divorces, didn't work out. And if a guy like me that that's not flashy, that just an everyday white guy gave advice, nobody would listen to me. Like, whatever, what's this clown saying? But I got a marriage that's lasted over 28 years and only been married once, both me and my wife. So you would think that they would listen to like someone like me that's really been in the trenches, that
Hmm.
came from a blue collar family, that had the work, and me and my wife had to come together and raise a family in the army, and through a lot of hardship. But you know what people cling to is someone that's flashy, somebody that you know might speak well, and it just,
Well,
I don't know.
Brett, you need to start advertising cologne, and you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Stop. You
Well,
just need to
girls,
start,
I had
talking
to
bad.
say
hey,
Just
this,
start talking
hey,
bad about black women. They'll flock to you. Just start talking bad about black women or women. They'll
hey,
go to
it.
you.
hey,
No, Brent's just going to start promoting and showing weddings that come from his channel.
yeah. Well, this fragrance here, smell the ambience. Did I get
Yeah,
that word right? I'm
you
just, I'm too blue collar for that. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I, uh,
that's too
but
funny.
yeah, but yeah, black women are more precious than fine rubies.
Mm.
Treasure. Yeah, Michael Ray's on it. But I've read Bible verses where it talks about the value of women, how they're a good woman's worth more than precious stones and rubies, and it pretty much tells us that the woman is the prize. I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, I have to get some water, but
Sadly,
Mm.
Black women don't believe that in mass, and that's what really hurts. They would rather struggle love, and they would rather get less than just to chase the skin color than get a man of value and character and worth. And that's what really hurts me the most. Seeing
mhm,
Black women like be in these struggle relationships and pain, but they just want to say, I got a man or I got a Black guy instead
yeah,
of saying I got a good man. It hurts so much, and a lot of them, this is what also hurt is a lot of them say they would rather stay single and they wouldn't even dare go close to a white guy or other guys. And even if you see the math and it's like there's more of you than them, a lot of them say they'd rather stay single and not go out their race and
mm,
etc. And it's like that really hurts. And I always tell Black women that you can complain about racism, but you're just as racist for literally denying a man for his skin color. Um, you wouldn't date this man because he's white. You're racist. Like that's kind of racist in a way, and it's kind of hypocritical for you to cry racism, but you're also doing racism except in like dating. And I get you can have a preference, but when you're like, I would never date dot 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 dot, or I only want this dot 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 dot. A preference is not exclusion to others, and a preference is not only picking one. It has to do with picking all, but you have a higher liking to one. But Black women are at this point, like a lot of Black women, you can't get it through the thick skull because 90% of them won't listen. 10% may listen and see other groups of guys out there and not just the skin color. And it hurts to even admit it that some Black women and majority are going to be left behind and lonely and single and probably die alone. And
you know what? That is sad, and I've looked at that, and it's sad, and I've prayed. I was like, okay, these women want black men, and I pray that these men would rise up and just be the good black men they really want, because at the end of the day, these women are people, and black women are so loving and supportive, and I just pray that they would have that in any man they desire. And it's just sad that the most successful group of women, the most beautiful women, most successful, most loyal, are the least married. And to me,
That's
there's nothing
backwards.
more sad and hurtful than that, just seeing that. And it's like
Mm.
these women have so much more value than what they're getting credit for.
Mm.
yeah, and I always say, how are you the most educated group, but you are literally, I'm not gonna say the word, but you're like in special ed and dating. That's what I ask a lot of Black women. And I actually had a conversation with my mother. My mother's a huge mammy. Like she she's like um let's just put this straight. I wasn't with my boyfriend. I was mad at him yesterday, etc. So I kind of dumped him. But my mother was recommending me to be with this guy that she knows, like that she knows, and I'm like, Mom, you know what I like? I have a preference for white guys. And she's like, aren't you black? And then I'm like, what that mean? Like, I could still be black and still like a white guy. And she's like, no, I want black babies. I want to have black babies and a black husband and a black marriage and a black family. And then, like, like she know my boyfriend. Now he's my boyfriend again, but she knew my boyfriend's not black. But my mother's been a mammy, literally setting me up with black guys constantly. Even
Mm.
though I tell her, you know, they're not my attraction. My first attraction would be white guys. And she's always getting mad. And then she's like, you know how we feel about that. Her, not she. I hate when she say we. It's her. How she feel about that? Because my dad actually want me to date a white guy. Like my dad always tell me to bring a white guy home, but my mother is a mammy. And I had to give her the heads up. Like, I had to give her a lesson, and it hurts me saying it. But I'm like, you cannot choose who I want. Like, you cannot choose, you know. I want a white guy, you're gonna have to deal with that. Or I can simply block you and I cannot invite you to my wedding, my future wedding, because I know I'm gonna have one. I'm not going to let you see my babies, etc., because you're toxic and you can't accept it. Like like some mothers, some black mothers teach their daughters to be race loyal, and it's sad. And I tell her constantly why I don't like black guys. I'm like, I have negative experience with them. A lot of them are colorist. A lot of them are future and like teachers. A lot of them are toxic. A lot of them don't even like black women. Why should I like chase and beg and be desperate for a group of guys that don't want me, etc. It's like you can't win with a lot of black women, sadly. And that's what I came down to term with, you know. Just save the black women that are open to date other groups of men and leave the ones that over there. There's nothing wrong with being there's nothing wrong with liking black guys. There's nothing wrong with that. Just, you know, have an open mind. That's what I'm trying to say, you know? And stop shaming other black men that would actually like white guys and Asian, etc.
Yeah. So, hey, hey, you guys, I was looking on my phone a little bit, and there was someone on one of my other videos says, in 30 years, white men won't be the majority. And I'm like, okay, who cares? I
Nobody
mean,
cares.
I don't care if Asians are the majority, black people are the majority. I don't give a rat's, you know what? I don't care.
Hmm.
I mean, I look at people as people. And you know what? That makes sense. White people are not going to be the majority. And look, when you look at stats, white people are having the least amount of children. Why? And I'll tell you why. I think why is they're caught up with money, material wealth, and they're not focused on children. Most of them just want to have one or two kids, and that's it. Where other people are having more children. And the Hispanic population is going to be the majority because they're having more children. They're having bigger families. And I think people should have more families. And here's the thing, when you look at white people, those of us that procreate with other groups of women, like, my wife's black. So my kids are not going looked at as white because they're biracial. And a lot of us are going that way. We're opening up our options. So yeah, we're not going to be the majority, and I could care less because you know what?
Biracial.
I don't worship my skin tone. I don't worship a race of people. I just love people, and I love black women. So it is what it is. So saying that means nothing. What's that
Yeah, I
mean?
think
So
that the biracial population increased by 245%.
yeah, and that's where the future of our country is going to be. Our biracial kids are going to run the country. It is what it is. Um, I mean, so I don't know why people say that. I guess if I was a white supremacist, that would bother me, but it don't. I don't care.
Mm.
Um, I don't care what my kids and grandkids look like. I don't care what skin tones they have. I just want them to be happy and successful.
Yeah, strong, healthy, and productive.
Yeah, that's it. But I just thought I would share that with you because people throw stuff at me like it's like, okay, and I mean, What's that mean? That means okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if we went back to the original man, it wouldn't be a pasty white guy, so I don't care. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Michael says most white people want tan children. A lot of white people want to be tan. That's why they bake their skin in these out in the sun in these tanning places. And really, I would encourage not doing that because it's not good for the skin. Our skin's not meant to be baked by the sun. It turns dark as a protection of the skin, but that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to cover it and protect it. Just saying. Uh,
Hmm.
Yeah. Remind me of my girl, my
yeah,
friend, my girlfriend, my gal friend. She's like, I want to be tan. She's white. She's like, I love your skin. You are so beautiful. I find black skin beautiful. I want to be tan. And then she's like, I tanned my body once and I was red. And I was, I was laughing the whole time because, like, no, girl. But yeah, a lot of white girls that I talked to said they want to be tan. I
yeah,
don't know what's up.
but that's not healthy, and that's not who you are. You are who you are. Embrace who you are, and you don't need to bake your skin to be tanned. Just be happy with who you are. And I would say to black people, you don't need to um what's that called? You don't need to bleach your skin to be light complex. That's stupid. Embrace who you are. You're beautiful who you are. Um,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm. Well, I'm gonna have to say goodnight because my head's starting to
Okay.
get fuzzy. Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to close down too. It's getting
All
late.
right, goodbye.
uh,
DK, good to see you, young lady. And Corey, good to see you,
You
brother.
sorry
Um,
I'm not on more, but I've been on the phone in the evening, so like
yeah,
every night.
yeah, I know. Hey, thanks, DK, for coming on. Corey, thank you for coming on, sir. Had a good discussion tonight. Um, and I would just say, guys, look, black women are the best option. And I say that because statistics say that. So that's
Hmm.
true. And you got to give credit where credit is due. Black women are doing amazing things. Black women are loving, they're loyal. And you know what? You look at the stats, it bears it to be true. And
And not only that, but when she reaches up to kiss you, your foot starts to stomp like Thumper.
yeah. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna get off of here. Good
Okay.
night.
We'll
Good,
see you later, Corey.
good night, brother.
Good night. Good to see you, brother. And hey, guys, thanks for coming on tonight. I'm going to have to close it. It's getting late. Winnie, good to see you. Osset Goddess, Michael, Topaz, uh, Solo, Mrs. Matthews, uh, April May, good to see you. Osset Goddess, I know I said Gina, good to see you. B. Michelle, if I don't get your name, I'm sorry. Corey, good to see you, brother. Michael Ray, Susan Doyle, Karen, good to see you, Karen W. Dear Brave, I know I mentioned you. Um, Dusty Love Dahmer, okay. Natasha 75, good to see you. Um, just going through and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Um, thanks for being a part of this show tonight. Um, without you guys, this wouldn't exist. You make this show as awesome as it is, and it's awesome because of you. Um, and Jeannie, good to see you. And I just want to say, guys, have a good night. You make this what it is. You make this, you make this show awesome, and it's because of you. And you guys inspire me to do this. You inspire me to want to come on and do live shows, do videos. You motivate me because of the love you've shown me and my wife Sandy, and the beautiful ladies that you are, and the awesome guys that you are. You make this special, and you make me want to do this. Um, and like I said, this is a hobby of mine, but I think it's important. And where I get paid with this is with love and inspiration, and this is uplifting. It really is. And I love you guys. And you've been a blessing to me, my wife, my family, and I just want you to know that. And I love you guys. And I'll be on again probably Friday. I'm looking at Friday or Saturday. I'll be on this weekend, and I'll do a Sunday prayer meeting show. And so I got some stuff coming up, and I got a video I want to put out there. I really want to talk about this subject, and but I just want to tell you guys, you're awesome. I love you, and thank you for everything. You are a blessing to me and my family. And I'll see you on the next live. Have a good night, and God bless.